I would like to recognize Mr. Doug Reeser, LCHS class of 1966. After a 40-year career as a teacher and coach, Doug Reeser retired as the winningest football coach in Lawrence Township football history. When he retired in 1994, he did so with a record of 136 wins, 61 losses over the course of 19 seasons. In 2006, Coach Reeser was inducted into the Indiana Football Hall of Fame. In 1972, J.R. Bishop, the LC Bears head football coach, hired Doug as a junior varsity football coach and varsity assistant. Doug aided the J.R. Bishop era from 1972 to 1975. The Bears were 35-5 in 4 years, during which time Coach Reeser's JV team had 2 undefeated seasons. Coach Reeser was then hired as the first head football coach at Lawrence North High School in 1976. At merely 27 years old, he was the youngest football coach in Marion County. Coach Reeser's program enjoyed 18 winning seasons in a row, including 4 sectional championships and 7 Central Suburban Athletic Football Conference championships. During his tenure as head coach, Doug was selected as Coach of the Year on 6 different occasions. Coach Reeser is proud to have coached 29 All-State football players, 93 All-Marion County All-Conference players, and 12 South Indiana All-Stars. Additionally, Doug coached 4 players who went to the NFL playing for the New York Giants, Baltimore Ravens, San Diego Chargers, and Indianapolis Colts. Doug has always been an active member of the Lawrence community. In 1983, he was elected to serve as a member of the Lawrence City Council and has spent 2 decades overseeing the rebirth and dramatic growth of one of Indiana's most vibrant first-class cities. Doug served as the council president for 6 years. In 1994, he was selected Man of the Year for the city of Lawrence. Finally, Doug has been a member of the Red Cross since 1970 and taught swimming classes at Lawrence Township during his entire teaching career. That's why we have so many great swimmers. Over the time, he taught well over 3,000 students to swim. Doug and Deb currently reside in Oakland and enjoy being loving grandparents of 13 grandchildren. Coach Reeser, we thank you for your service to our children, parents, and community. Congratulations to our 2019 Distinguished Alumni, Mr. Doug Reeser.
Well, I have to say something as a coach. Come on. Kyle Guy, and if you're not an LC Bear pride lover after that display that happened over the weekend. Come on. Nation champs. Are you kidding me? And the most valuable player of Lawrence Central Bears. That is something that we all are thankful to be a Bear with something like that occurred, which doesn't happen often. Thank you. I'd like to congratulate Teresa and Bill. I'm just humbled and honored that I could receive this Distinguished Alumni Award and enter the LC Alumni Hall of Fame with both of you. I'm so proud. Thanks for being with me. First, I would just like to thank God for His guidance in my life and my loving parents, Ray and Helen Reeser, who are looking down tonight. Please let me take a moment to introduce my wife, Deb, and thank her for her love and support over all these football years and with me in council and everything else. My youngest brother, Randy, drove all the way up here from Atlanta, and I'm very proud of my younger brother. He was an all-state running back for the Bears in 1970, and I think they were county champs then. With pride and love, I would like all of my family to stand just a moment. I have 5 children and 13 grandchildren. They're not all here, but those that are, please stand and be You're being good back there. I like that. Please let me thank now our outstanding leader of Lawrence Township Schools, Dr. Smith. I got the pleasure last 4th of July to escort him in my red Corvette in the Lawrence 4th of July parade. It was quite a thrill. He ate more candy than he threw. And his great administrative team. I don't know, but this is the best school district and system in the state of Indiana. I hope all of you top 30 realize you're coming from that, and that's a fact. And this is a great district. Principal Franklin Bush, I know he had something to do with this. The best tight end I ever coached. Great husband, which is more important than great father, and the best leader of the Bears. I'm just so proud of all the great things I hear about Franklin Bush and what Lawrence Central's doing and what it means to you kids to have a great leader like Franklin. I'd also like to thank the Distinguished Alumni Committee, even though that seems to be secret because I couldn't find any names. I just said, oh, it's out there. Just a little bit about me, and we're going to move on quickly. I was raised in Lawrence Township. I think I was talking to Reeser, said, you just haven't left, have you? You just kind of stayed around here. I said, yeah, that's true. And I attended kindergarten through my senior year, 1966, Lawrence Central. And my life was molded by cornerstones of Lawrence Central coaches. Such people as Dwayne Bell, J.R. Bishop, Scott Chandler, who Bill certainly knows and was his coach, Don Inskeep, Ron Bell, my great friend Lee Dilk, and coached me in high school, coached against me and with me. So there's three things. He is the oldest teacher in the room from Lawrence Central. He's with us tonight. He's in the back of the room. Lee, would you please stand up? There's a 1961 Bears. And his lovely bride, Ellen, who escorted. I was a free sport athlete with the Bears. I was a football player, a wrestler, and a track guy. My coaches became my second family. I just basically didn't go home. I was at the school. And there were a few times when I was overweight in wrestling. I think I spent the night to lose weight. But actually, because of that situation of having a family of coaches, I wanted to become a teacher and a coach. They had such an impactful thing in my life. And I did achieve that goal as I set out. You're sitting here, top 30, maybe wondering what you want to do or be. I knew what I wanted to do and what I wanted to be, and that's sometimes unusual. But because of my coaches and my interaction, I felt like that was my calling. And I was just thrilled to be able to do this for 40 years and have a lot of great memories with a lot of great football players, students, and administration. I wouldn't have changed a thing in my life, and I'm happy with my decision. I hope a few of you that are in the top 30, the brightest and best, will consider being teachers, because we need you. We need the best to continue. Maybe you'll be back in Lawrence like me. But we would love for you to consider that. I did notice in my written bio, Franklin missed this, or it didn't get in there, I was in the top singing group at LC all 4 years. Do we have any music people here in our top 10? I'm not singing. That's the good news. Congratulations, top 30. You guys, I mean, you're awesome. 2019, our community, your parents, all of us here tonight are so proud of your accomplishments. This is just the beginning for you. And your future, you're off to the greatest start ever. We're just so proud of you. I'm just so thankful to meet some of you tonight, and I wish you all the best. I'd like to take a moment with the young people to let you know a few things that I believe that I wish I would have known at your age. And remember, I've been 18 years old, and you've never been 70. That's a fact. I personally believe God should be first in your life. I believe your family and friends should be second most in the biggest aspect of your life, as friends and family. Jobs, other things, you can put third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. I believe you should do what's right, and that's not sometimes, but all the time. I believe you should show people you care in all kinds of ways. I believe you should have a great attitude. You control that, and I'm sure most of you do most of the time, or you wouldn't be in the top 30 other directions. So seek out your friends carefully and surround yourself with great people. This is how I became a member of the Indiana Football Hall of Fame. It was not by accident. I hired Bob Potter. He was the track coach Hall of Fame, 4-time state championship track coach, to be on my staff. Steve Collier, defensive coordinator, who is the mayor sitting in the back right now. I mean, he's the mayor of Lawrence. Not too bad. Then, of course, I hired a guy that coached me, the best offensive line coach in the state of Indiana, maybe still is, Lee Dilk. And you see, if you surround yourself with good people, it doesn't matter if you're not doing that well, they're going to carry you. So make sure you do that. I believe you should look through the front windshield of your life as you're going and spend very little time looking in the rearview mirror. These things that you're doing now are important, but when you look behind, you're going to do even better as you hit that future spot. I think that really, I would tell my kids and my grandkids, they've heard this, all you can do is the best you can do. You can't do anything more than that. And you've heard this, but it's true. But just keep striving for that. Finally, the most important thing I was told in a little phrase by my football coach or coaches in a locker room in 1966, we were wondering which one of us would start. Seniors, juniors, sophomores, we're all worried. We're in a preseason situation and we're on edge, wondering, who's going to be out there, who's going to make the starting lineup. And my coach said these 10 powerful words that have stuck with me for a long time. And these words, I hope, will stick with you in your life. They're little but powerful. If it is to be, it is up to me. So when you're taking your final exams next year at your colleges, remember, if it is to be, it's going to be up to you to do those exams great and continue your college career. Thank you for this awesome honor tonight. I was humbled and am humbled, and I will cherish this all the days of my life. Thank you.